and the kind of racial discrimination that this engendered in the societies of the New World?
The first time that I was told that I was beautiful was in 1969, you know. So the black woman came into a kind of prominence. She was beautiful for the first time. Plenty respect by the brothers called Queen and Empress and all of that. We could wear our hair natural. In 1969, I cut off the last end of straightener from my hair. It has been natural since. In 1969, we started to wear African clothes proudly. In 1969, we started to listen to our musicians. We related anew to the sound of the drum.
In Trinidad, it was NJAC that combined the revolutionary impulses in the society at the time to push the society forward. It was NJAC that ushered in the new and modern period in the celebration of emancipation.
The whole Black Power movement of 1970, which was a revolution against the structure of the society. And that included the psychological structures and the way in which we conceived of ethnicity and its role in the society. And we were moving the society away from this idea that the essence of unity has to do with a culturally monolithic society. Everybody just dressed the same way, forget their past, cultural practices, well, they all go by the wayside. We all become European in our cultural practice and call it Trinidadian. People were able to express pride in their identity and not see it as something divisive in the society. That's the environment in which the commemoration of emancipation came back. I don't think people in other communities, like in the Indian community, saw it as threatening because of the image of the National Joint Action Committee as an organization which embraced the struggles of Africans and Indians in the society.
At the beginning of the 80s, NJAC moved into electoral politics, taking with them that energy away from the emancipation celebration. Their legacy, however, will never be forgotten. It continues and continues. Still, we welcome a new phase in the celebration. In this period, emancipation would finally achieve formal recognition by the state as a public holiday.
In the bad old days in Trinidad, when Massa they just come, they attack the people's culture, then brand them badge on. All old timers did have their dance, all movement tell a tale. Hoity-toity didn't take no chance, but badge on didn't fragile. This guy so for this
Lancelot Lane added two important innovations to the celebration of emancipation. He pioneered the Emancipation Day Parade and the Flambeau Procession. We owe these aspects of the celebration to him.
He did the Emancipation Street Parade in Port of Spain. He brought out dance groups, whatnot, from Belmont and the community, and they would march down Frederick Street. And it wasn't a massive parade. It was not easy in those days, going against, the grain in a sense, but he did it. He also introduced the Flambeau Parade, which was quite popular from its introduction. But I was certainly one of those people who would advise Lancelot, sit with him, and he would often come home at us and we'd sit down and discuss and plan. And then we joined with a number of people and brought together a team to give support to the work that Lancelot was doing. Then you had, TANA was formed by a number of ex-members of the National Joint Action Committee. Some of them too involved in trying to give the support to Lancelot. And those are the two groups that had the most prominent commemorations. In the north, in the south, in Point Fortin, you used to have a march on Emancipation Day as well. And remembering some of the key figures who contributed to emancipation becoming what it is, we have to remember Brother Lijiasu Omowale. after whom the village was named. He used to be a member of the National Joint Action Committee. He has a long period of struggle. He was very active from about 1969 in this whole struggle for consciousness and change in the society. He was the founder of the Traditional African National Association, and he's the one who kept it going. When the Emancipation Support Committee was founded, it was co-chaired by Lijiasu Omowale and myself. He was always an extremely hard, extremely dedicated worker who made emancipation what it is today. And unfortunately, he died just a few months before we moved from Bukarapo to the village. He died suddenly. And so we have enshrined the work that he did in the name of the village.
I have a chant, right? And I wanted to share it with me. When I say arise, I want to hear you say arise after me. I say arise. 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 I say arise, arise, arise. We can't rest, no, no. We can't rest. We can't rest, no, no. We can't rest. No, no. We can't rest, no, no. We can't rest. Oh, no. We can't rest, no, no. We can't rest. No, no. Aye, 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 aye. Oh, 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 oh. You're sitting down. I say we sleeping, man. I look, I find we doing that a little too long. I find we doing that a little too long. Too long. Too long. How you could sit on and so much thing going wrong? Eh? How you could rest and the whole place in a mess? I say how you could rest. But a man, how you could rest? Well, listen, this jammer up, so man say arise. Arise. This jammer up, so man say arise. What's the problem of race? It's in the face, big smiling tooth in the place. And you know it's only toothpaste. You think you could rest? No, we can't rest. We can't rest. We can't rest.
The Emancipation Support Committee was formed in 1992. We came at a time when it really needed to be re-stimulated. Lansford Lane died in 1990. And Emancipation had been battling against the continuation of the commemoration of the landing of Columbus in Moruga, which still takes place.
From early June, when the Kwame Ture Memorial Lecture Series begins, to Emancipation Day, when the commemorations close with the Camboulet in the morning and the Flambeau procession in the evening, you can find gathered in Trinidad and Tobago scholars, entrepreneurs, cultural performers, and activists from the African continent and the diaspora, all sharing in the spirit of emancipation.
I wish you never came. We lost values of our lives because of your money. Get up again now, get up again now,
What does emancipation mean to you?
It means more than carnival, let me say that. And that means a lot, you know what I mean? Every year I make it my business to be here and to share and to celebrate, and it is something that is rooted within me, and I give thanks for that. You know, I think it's crucial and important, and the idea is to get more people to understand that and to celebrate it with pride, you know?
First of all, let me say it is a privilege to be a part of this wonderful celebration here, because I know that Trinidad and Tobago is honored with one of the largest, most beautiful festivals, that is the Emancipation Festival. You know, it's so hard to imagine that my forefather was a slave and he had to go through so much hardship, you know, and we here could be so happy and free and live to enjoy what they did for us. And to me, this is what it means.
I remember last year when we were walking, when those drums were beating, when we were pouring libation, when the children were dancing, when we saw black people from all over the world, and it started to rain. I can tell you, I felt like God just was anointing us for something great.
I dream I was in Africa. I was a war.
For centuries, the Middle Passage was a sea of tears, the locus of a triangular trade that debased all humanity. Now is the time for us to redefine the Middle Passage as a sea of hope and rebirth, the locus of a new triangular trade that elevates all participants. The Transatlantic Trade and Investment Symposium has sought to build mutually beneficial economic linkages between Africa and the West. The symposium provides a premier networking opportunity for business development between entrepreneurs in the United States, Africa, and the Caribbean.
I needed to see Gertrude Mandela. I needed to see Ashola Williams and some of these people who are very key to what we're trying to do. I needed to find a time to be able to catch up with them. So was not Port of Spain a great place to do it?
The Emancipation calendar is filled with activities. Lectures by world-renowned Pan-African scholars and activists.
Africa has made great contributions to humanity. They are hidden. We can't even see it at all. We never see Africa anywhere, and Africa is everywhere. We must come to be proud to be African in Trinidad, as Indians are proud to be Indians in Trinidad, and there should be no conflict at all.
The Transatlantic Trade Exposition, where authentic African clothing, carvings, and artifacts can be purchased. Along with rich displays of African-centered calypso, culture, and pan music from Trinidad and Tobago. International dancers, musicians, and performers also showcase their talents.
Now, hear the voice of the higher one say, Babylon, your throne gone, Babylon, your throne gone. Fireball.
Emancipation in Trinidad and Tobago.